Have you noticed? Our conditioning lives us. We don't live our conditioning. We don't live our choices when our conditioning is overly activated. Our brains start getting programmed in utero, and it just doesn't stop. And by the time we're 5 or 6, most of our approach, most of our tendencies, most of how we see life is already programmed. Then we get to school and we get some more programming. Pretty soon, that programming has taken over. It is telling us who we are, how we see the world, how we can act, what we can do, what we can't do. It's living us. We're happy, we're sad, we're anxious, we're fearful, we're impatient. The list goes on. All of that is the conditioning living us. There's no free choice in that. It tells us if we're okay. It tells us how to view and engage with other people, how we think they see us. Then we live in that. We all, to a greater or lesser degree, know this. So what do we do? The very first thing to do is to stop when you notice the conditioning taking over, which in itself is a big deal, just to be aware that way. When we notice it's taking over, stop, pause, consider any other choice at that point. That disrupts the conditioning for a moment and gives us some space to choose. We have spent podcast after podcast giving techniques and approaches and perspectives about how to further change this. The question is, who can we become as we overcome the conditioning? Who's in charge? Who's free to choose who you are and what you get to do? This is real freedom. Make it yours.